Hello friends, welcome back. Today we are going to explore one more micro niche. This is actually, I call it as a ultra micro niche and very rare micro niche because of its nature. I don't think most of affiliate marketer would have actually thought through about this particular ultra micro niche, but the data is looking very attractive and excellent opportunity for you if you want to start a new blog or website to earn some money. Okay, so let's start with the details. So before we start, I request all of you once again, if you are not subscribed to my channel, please do subscribe, and also I request you to share your valuable feedback in the comment section. Okay, so the micro niche, the ultra micro niche, what we are going to talk today is called gutter guards. Yes, you heard it right. Some of you must have been already laughing or smiling, but that's the micro niche what we are going to talk about, right? So here itself, the moment you see the data itself, I think you must have got excited if you are familiar with these terms. The difficulty is just 12 for the main keyword itself, and look at the search volume. It has about a 41k search value. Okay, so the way we typically perform the analysis of any micro niche, the 5-factor validation, let's do the same, follow the same process for this particular micro niche as well. Okay, so what do we do first? First validation is basically checking the competition or difficulty. What it means is, do we have enough of the keywords with low competition or low difficulty associated with this particular micro niche. Okay, so this is a tool what we use for the people who are not very familiar with these SEO terms, technical terms. This is called Ahrefs. Is by far the best SEO tool available online, at least from my perspective. I use it day in day out. Okay, now the straight away that the keyword, the main keyword itself actually giving you an indication. The 12 is the difficulty, that means pretty low. You can very well go ahead and happily target it. But in any case, let's also analyze the associated keywords. Actually today Ahrefs is actually performing very slow. I'm not sure what's the issue, but let's try. Yeah, let's look at if data comes up or not. Otherwise, what I have done is, while preparing this analysis, I actually opened up the other tabs and kept the data ready by filtering the typical by applying the typical filters that we normally do. Okay, yeah, it's taking time, so let's jump on to that. Okay, so what we normally look at is, so gutter guards, how are basically all the keywords are looking at. What we normally do is, we filter for the keyword difficulty less than 20 and see if there are enough of keywords basically with the low difficulty. Again, for the benefit of the people who are not very familiar with these technical terms, KD stands for keyword difficulty. Okay, lower is always better and easier to rank. If you pick up that particular topic, go for that. So what it means is, when we look at so many thousands of keywords associated with this particular micro niche, we filter all the keywords with the difficulty less than 20 and see, do we have enough number of keywords. Now if when we filtered with keyword difficulty less than 20, right, we got about a 2000 plus keywords associated with this particular micro niche. Okay, so that means there are enough keywords with basically less competition or difficulty. So first factor is passed. The second one what we look for is search volume or search traffic. What we also need to look at is, yes, the difficulty is low, but do we have enough of searches? So it means, are there enough people looking for some information related to this particular micro niche related topics, right? So again, here is something called volume. For the benefit of the people who are not very familiar with these terms, volume stands for number of times this particular keyword was searched online on an average per month. Okay, that means gutter guards is searched about a 41k times online. Leaf filter was searched for about 18k times. Drain gutters were searched for about a 9.5k times. If you look at the volumes, pretty good. Okay, lot of keywords with the volume of volume in thousands. It's a very good indication that volumes are also very good. So there is a decent search traffic. Third validation what we look for is basically scope for the content. What it means is, do we have enough topics to write when we start the blog? So the guideline I follow and I also suggest is look for about 100 topics at minimum when you are picking a micro niche, so that you don't struggle after in midst of the journey to write the content. Okay, so how we filter? One is for sure the competition, we filter it for less than 20, less than difficulty less than 20. Other filter what we also apply is the search volume should be about minimum about a 500. For ultra micro niche we can go for 300 also. Let's take the 500. Okay, now what it means is the topics or keywords with difficulty less than 20, but at least minimum there are 500 searches in a month. Those are very good candidates for you to go ahead and write the content. Okay, let's apply this filter, minimum 500 per month. Again, it looks to be slow. If it is slow, yes, it's taking time, so I already applied this filter and kept it available here. Okay, it's actually taking time. Okay, so let it come through. We'll give a minute for data to appear. Meantime, let's also look at basically the fourth validation. Fourth validation, what we normally look for is proof. Okay, or reference site, right? So we look for some reference blog or website that is performing well on this particular micro niche but has domain authority, low domain authority. So let's see what it means basically. So I did a lot of analysis about this further. Then I discovered this particular website. It is called topgutterguard.com. Okay, let's look at the data related to this particular website. Again, using the same Ahrefs, there is something called Site Explorer. We can actually hook up there and look at the data. See here. So there is an attribute called DR. DR stands for domain rating. Okay. In other words, this is also called as the domain authority. Again, for the people who are not very familiar with these technical terms, DR stands for how established this particular website in search world. So lower is relatively it is not well so much established. For example, Facebook will have a DR of 100. Now you can understand, right? That means a branded site, well established branded site will have a higher DR. For example, if you start a site tomorrow, your site will have a DR 0. Okay, so I normally look for a site with a low DR but performing well for this particular micro niche. What it says is, if I start a site tomorrow with a domain authority of about a 0 and do a little work, the site has a strong, very good probability to perform well. If I can't find any website built on this particular micro niche with low domain authority ranking well, that means that actually indicates it is very difficult to perform for that particular micro niche if you are starting afresh now. Okay, that's an indication. So let's see if the data has come. Yes. Okay, before we'll come to that in a while, but let's finish it up this. Okay, so what it says is domain authority is just 8, but look at the data points for related to this particular website. It is ranking for about a 3,500 keywords, but it's also attracting about a 4,000 plus traffic, and the value is pretty high. Okay, though domain authority is so low, still the other attributes, right, are looking very good. That means basically it is what organic keywords means. There are about this particular website is appearing for about 3,600 different search words. That is very good. Okay, and about in a month nearly about 4,000 plus visitors are coming to this particular website. Okay, that's what it indicates. So our fourth validation is also passed for this particular micro niche. There is a low domain authority, not so established website performing very well for this particular micro niche. That's what it conveys. Now I think we missed this scope for content, right? Let's look at that particular data item. So what we normally look for is for this particular micro niche, do we have enough of topics with difficulty less than 20, volume more than 500? If you see it here, right, there are about 101 results. You may actually, some of the topics may be redundant here. Even if you take them out, you will get easily about a 60-70. But when you actually start writing the content, you will discover a lot more topics as the suggestions. Okay, so you can easily target to write about 100 different pieces of content if you are actually starting a website or blog on this particular micro niche. Okay, so that means there is enough scope to write the content related to this particular micro niche, and we just saw the reference site as well. Okay, this is also passed. And last validation what we do is earning potential. At the end of day, we create the sites to earn some money, right? So now if you look at it, I normally do this validation in two different perspectives. One is with respect to keywords, what is the earning potential of those keywords. So there is another attribute. If you see here, right, there is something called CPC. CPC stands for cost per click. Okay, higher is better, more profitable. Okay, if you observed the other videos that I created so far, right, there are about the CPCs are about $1, $1.5, 0.70 cents, or at about around $1. But just see here, this was shocking. I was blown up by looking these CPC values. $5, $6, $4, $6. This is extremely high. Okay, excellent CPC. This itself conveys that it's a very profitable micro niche. Now let's go back to there is another perspective how we can also validate is how much is the earning potential of the reference site we just saw, right? So here it is. The traffic value, you can see an attribute here. Traffic value is nothing but if you properly monetize all the traffic this particular website is currently getting, then it has a potential to earn about a 13.9k dollars per month on an average. This is what it conveys. There will be some ifs and buts here, but this is an average if you properly optimize the website and monetize it. Okay, now if you just observe here, right, in earlier micro niches, though traffic is about a 10,000 or 15,000, then only you see this kind of a value. But here, just for about a 4,000 traffic, you can see the traffic value of about a nearly 14k. Do you know the reason? Reason is CPC. When the CPC is so high, even for the lesser number of visitors and low number of keywords also, your value will be very high. Okay, so this is also basically looking very good. So we have also observed from both the perspectives that this particular micro niche has excellent earning potential. Now this particular website with a domain authority 8 and has an earning potential of 13.9k per month, I normally typically suggest to go by about it. Take very conservative assumption. Go only 10% of it. If you are starting a site tomorrow, and if you can compile about a 50 articles next maybe 3 months of time. Okay, even if you take about a 10% of it, it is 1390 US dollars per month. That is a very decent money, very good money. Okay, so that means this micro niche has excellent earning potential as well. So the fifth point is also proved. Okay, we have seen all the factors. Competition is pretty low, difficulty is less, search traffic is extremely high, very good search traffic is there, and scope of the content we already saw about a 101 topics are there to write the content, and we have seen a reference site also with domain authority just 8 but performing very well, and earning potential is just awesome. Okay, so this is a perfect micro niche if you are looking for a to start a blog or affiliate website to earn some money online. Okay, so go ahead and do it. Now I'm sure, I think you all must be having the time also on hand because of the crisis that entire world is going on. Effectively utilize this time and creative quality content, and then start your online career or enhance your online career if you are already doing something. Okay, so I request once again all of you, if you are not subscribed to my channel yet, please do subscribe, and please do share your valuable feedback in the comment section. Okay, thank you once again for your attention.